everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have a new Will I Buy It. It has been over a month since I last did one of these, as I did my usual July one slightly early, so it does mean we have a lot of products to get through. I'm going to try and be as brief as possible on each product so I can fit as much into the video as I can. But to mention, as always, this video was inspired by Samantha March, who did create the Will I Buy It series. I will link her channel in the description box below. And Samantha did also create the community Will I Buy It playlist for people who do this kind of video, to put their videos into one place so people can go and kind of binge watch all about the latest makeup releases. And finally, I do take all my information from the Trend Mood One Instagram page, which will also be linked in the description box below. So why don't we get started? So the first chunk of products I am going to mention will most likely be available now, as I am going back about a month on the Trend Mood page. The first item I've spotted here is from e.l.f. This is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and this is $10. So it says it locks on makeup for up to 16 hours, infused with cucumber fruit extract, aloe and green tea leaf. I am intrigued by this. I'm not too sure based on the ingredients whether it's scented or not. If it is, I may not like the scent because I'm not a huge fan of things that are scented with cucumber and aloe, but I am intrigued by it because I do like fine setting mists. And yet again, my internet is failing me. It seems to be the only room in the house which has zero internet, which, because I can't kind of go on cellular on my laptop, is a bit of a problem. Next we have the summer collection from Jouer Cosmetics. This consists of a few eyeshadow palettes, a couple of cheek palettes and some lip products. There are definitely a few things in this collection that I am intrigued by. First of all, I have a big palette, which is usually $99. It says the summer edit is $59. Then there is a face palette, which it says here is $29 with the regular price of $35. This is a 3-pan palette with the Blissful highlighter, a crazy pink blush and a cocoa bronzer. Then they have a couple of new signature eyeshadow palettes. The first one is Beachside, which is some brights and shimmers, and then there is the Getaway palette. The Beachside one doesn't really intrigue me, but I am definitely drawn in by the Getaway palette. It is more of a neutral palette with the highlighter in the middle, and it says these ones are $32. So this is an eyeshadow palette that I definitely have had my eye on because I would quite like to try Jouer's formula. I am currently trying to be on a no-buy for eyeshadow palettes, but there are quite a few that are catching my attention at the moment. So I can't promise that I would have broken that no-buy by the end of the month. And then finally, for the lip products, we have a lip gloss in the shade Barley and another lip gloss in the shade Bear. The shade Bear is a neutral nude and Barley is a shimmering rose copper. I think it might be the shade Bear. I did nearly buy that the other day because it does look really pretty, and I would like to try Jouer's gloss formula. So definitely a couple of things from that collection that have caught my eye. Next we have something which I wouldn't be able to get hold of because it's an Ulta exclusive, but it did immediately draw my eye when I seen it. This is a collaboration with Ulta and Harry Potter. So it looks like they have an eyeshadow palette for each of the houses. They have some brushes, a lip balm, a body shimmer and a jelly puff. I am intrigued by the eyeshadow palettes. The one that I think I like the look of the most is probably Gryffindor. I think that's the house that I tend to fall in the most. Every time I do a quiz I get something different. I usually get Hufflepuff or Gryffindor, but Hufflepuff is probably my second choice, so that works quite well, that I think they're the houses I belong to. So these are only $16 each, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if these were available on a website here I would pick one of those palettes up. Editing me here, I didn't realise until actually editing that I'd somehow completely glazed over the post about the new Juvia's Place lip products on the Trend Mood feed. This is a product I am definitely interested in giving one, if not multiple items a go. This consists of some matte lipsticks which are $14 each and come in 12 different shades. There are some lip glosses which are $13 each and some lip liners which are $10 each. I definitely want to pick up one of the lipsticks and possibly one of the lip liners too. Then we have a release from Jouer Cosmetics. This is their summer collection. So this collection looks like it contains a couple of face palettes, a couple of eyeshadow trio sets and some lip products. It is mainly the cheek products that I am drawn in by. The eyeshadow palettes look cute, but in my opinion they kind of look slightly cheap. They do remind me slightly of those ones that Smashbox brought out, which were the circle with the 3 shades in, but they also look like ones that I used to be able to pick up about 20 years ago in Superdrug. So I'm not drawn in by them. I'm not really drawn in by the lip products. Say it is the cheek products, which are $34 each. I don't think it's a product I would ever purchase, but it's one of those products that it would be on a wish list for if money was no object kind of thing, but they do look really pretty. Then there's a release by Colourpop, which it says available now, but I think this has been on for a little while now. This is their new Pretty Fresh foundation. This is available in 42 shades and is $16. I am definitely intrigued by this one and I would love to try it, but because it is pretty much impossible to shade match on the internet, I mean, I didn't do too bad of a job with their concealer, so probably could base it off the concealer, but that is the no filter concealer, so it's a different line. If I did place an order on Colourpop in the near future, then I would possibly consider adding one of these to my basket, because it does sound like the kind of foundation that I like, but it is the shade matching that is putting me off. Then we have a new mascara from Pat McGrath. This is the Dark Starr mascara, and this one retails for $30. This one was available as at the 14th of July. This does look really nice. I'm quite intrigued by this one, but I would never spend $30 on a mascara. I'd maybe try a mini of it if one of those is available, but I don't feel like I need to spend that much money on a mascara. Then we have the collaboration between Pure Cosmetics and FaceTory. She did recently bring out a eyeshadow palette which was £18 and double-sided. This was available for $34, but it was limited edition. She did do a initial release which sold like hotcakes and people crashed the website, and she basically broke the internet, which I'm so happy for her. She then also, a couple of weeks later, did a pre-release sale, which I believe are due to be shipped out either the end of this month or the beginning of September. I did completely miss the first sale because I basically couldn't get anywhere near the website and I didn't have time to sort of sit on there for hours. So when I seen that she was doing a re-release, I was really interested and did go on to pick up a palette. I had seen a couple of posts online from people based in the UK who had ordered the palette in the initial launch, and they'd put price details of what they'd actually paid and how much in pounds and things that the palette had eventually cost them. Because of the issues with the first release, they did end up actually hosting the second release on Shopify rather than on Pure Cosmetics website. So that did change the things with regards to shipping. On the Pure website, I can't remember now how much shipping is. I think it's about $12 or $13, but it does include any customs charges because they do pay it all up front. So whatever you pay on checkout is how much you pay for the palette. Unfortunately, purchasing it through Shopify, there wasn't that guarantee anymore that customs were going to be paid, and it did say it was my responsibility to pay them. So it would work out that the palette being $34 plus the shipping, which through Shopify was now $20, and then having to pay customs on top, it was going to work out at least sort of £50 for the palette, whereas if I would have been able to get it in the initial launch, it would have been a lot cheaper. So even though I did really want it, it did kind of push it out of my price range for what I like to spend on palettes. I just wish it wasn't limited edition, so I could have possibly picked it up further down the line. Next we have a new release from Becca. This is the No Pigment collection. It includes the No Pigment Virtual Foundation and also the No Pigment Highlighter. It just says coming soon on the post I'm currently reading, but I do know that this is available because I've seen people doing reviews of it on YouTube and things. This just seems like a bit of a gimmick to me. Obviously because everyone is talking about it, hats off to Becca's marketing team, but I just don't really get it. I did recently watch that girl Shay's review of this foundation, and she did say it was basically a primer. She did actually go on to apply foundation on top of it and said it did make her foundation look amazing, but it was kind of acting like a primer and look like a primer. So I think if you've got perfect skin, it might be something for you, but if you've got any issues with your skin, then I don't think it would work. So this one is a hard pass for me. Then we have a new brand to the market, which I don't think I mentioned in my last video. This is the brand of Patrick Starr, and this is called One Size. At this point, he has now released a handful of products in this new brand. So the first two items which will come up on this post are the makeup removing wipes, which are $15, and then the makeup dissolving mist, which is $24. The makeup wipes, I don't really use makeup wipes anymore, so that one would definitely be a no. I'm intrigued by the makeup dissolving mist. I don't get how that would work. I'd need to look that one up, but I don't think these are products that I would be purchasing. Then we have a couple of new eyeshadows from Dose of Colours. These were available as of the 17th of July. They are additions to their £5 palettes. The first one is Smoky Soiree and the second one is called Cutting Edge. Unlike their other £5 palettes, these one now look to contain shimmer shades, whereas the other ones are all matte. I do really want to try their eyeshadow palette formula, and I've put the Marvelous Morphs palette in my basket so many times, but I've just never checked it out because these ones retail here for £34 and that for 5 shades is a little bit too pricey for me. I think in the US they retail for $32, which if you translate it would only work out about £27. I think if they were more sort of £25, £27 I would justify it, but for £34 I can't justify it for just 5 shades. Out of these 2 new palettes, I would say the one in the green packaging does draw me in more than the other one. I think the other one's a bit too dark for what I tend to like, but I think generally I'm just going to pass over these. Then we have a new release from Colourpop. This is their Fresh and Freckled Freckle Pen. I have enough of my own freckles that I always tend to cover with foundation anyway. I don't really feel the need to draw any new ones on. I know a lot of people who don't naturally have freckles do like that kind of look, but for me it's a no. These ones were available a couple of weeks ago and they are $8 each. Then we have a new foundation from Too Faced. This is the Born This Way matte foundation. It looks very similar to their Born This Way concealer, which I can know quite a few people that do actually use that as foundation. So this says it is a 24-hour undetectable super long wear foundation in 35 shades, which is $40. I am intrigued more to try the concealer. If I know it can double as foundation, then go ahead and just purchase this foundation. It does sound quite nice, and at the moment I am leaning more towards trying matte foundations because I feel like my skin has gone a bit more oily. So it does sound nice, but for $40 I don't think I could justify that. I think most if not all of my foundations are drugstore, so that one is a pass. Then we have another new release from ELF, and this is their Cheek Duos. These are part of their new bite size range and these retail for $3 each, like with the eyeshadow palettes. There is a mix of matte and shimmer shades of blush, bronzers and highlighters. I can't see from the picture how many different shades are available, but it does look like a fair few. But I do definitely want to pick 1 or 2 of these up. I do really love the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes and the quality of them for $3 is great, so I'm hoping it's going to be the same with these. I would probably pick up a blush and highlighter and a bronzer and highlighter if I can. At the moment I've not seen these available on any of the UK sites that stock ELF, but I do believe that the eyeshadow palettes did take a little while to come over as well. But it does say as of a couple of weeks ago these are available now in the US, so hopefully they appear at some time this month, because as soon as I see these drop, I will be picking up 1 if not 2 of these. And also as part of that release they have some facial oil mists which are $5 each. It looks like there are 6 different mists. I really like the simple packaging of these facial mists, but I don't think that is something that I need to add to my collection. Then we have a new release from Jouer Cosmetics. These are some new eyeshadow palettes which were inspired by ice cream. So this is the Sweet Shop collection and includes 6 monochromatic eyeshadow palettes. There is Sugar Cone, Sorbet Orange, Cherry on Top, Cotton Candy, Bubblegum and Pistachio. I do like the look of a couple of these palettes. Obviously I'm drawn into Sugar Cone, which is the neutral palette, but I do really like the look of the shades in the Cotton Candy palette as well. These retail for $18 each, and it says they include 4 foils or shimmers and 4 mattes. I am really intrigued by this collection and I do really like the formula of BH Cosmetics shadows, so if I do see these appear on a UK site I might just have to pick one of these up. I know I said earlier I am on an eyeshadow palette no buy, but there have been quite a few recently that have definitely caught my eye, so I might just try and limit myself to picking up 1 a month if I pick up any at all. And this might be my one for that month, so I'm going to keep an eye on these appearing in the UK, but yeah, these look really good. Then we have another new release from Colourpop. This is their Wild Nothing collection, and this includes a eyeshadow palette, some cream shadows, some lip oils, a couple of blushes and also some jelly much shadows. This is a collection that did immediately draw me in and I did really like the look of the eyeshadow palette. There's been a few different pictures that I've seen since the initial announcement that have kind of washed these shades out slightly. I know that that girl Shay did recently do a eye swatch video of all the shades in this palette. I am a bit behind with YouTube, so I haven't watched it just yet, but usually watching her videos does help me decide whether a palette's for me or not. So that will decide whether I place a Colourpop order and possibly pick up this palette and the foundation, or if I pick up one of the palettes from BH Cosmetics, but I am definitely drawn in by this eyeshadow palette. The blushes in this collection look really pretty, but they do look like they are massive pan sizes, which I tend to like a more of a mini blush than a huge blush, and the lip oils don't really intrigue me, so it's just a palette out of this, but this was available as at a couple of weeks ago. Next we have a new highlighter from Huda Beauty. This is the Nymph All Over highlighting powder. The packaging on this is absolutely stunning. I really love the design of the actual pan itself, and it does say that it is actually a huge highlighter, so with it saying all over, I presume it's a body highlighter as well. This says it's 10 centimeters diameter, which is nearly 4 inches of geometric rose design, with lustrous pearls providing a rich satin-like sheen with extreme blendability and flawless wear. So this is $55. So that is obviously quite pricey for a highlighter, but if you are getting a lot more product for your money, then it probably, if you broke it down, it's not too bad. It is really pretty and it did immediately catch my eye, but at the moment I'm not in the market for a $55 highlighter. Then we have a couple of new releases from Laneige. They have an addition to their lip sleeping mask range, and this is a Gummy Bear lip sleeping mask. They also have a Gummy Bear lip glowy balm. This one is available in Sephora on August the 4th, which I believe at the point this video is going live, that is yesterday. I am really intrigued by this. It does say it's limited edition, and it does say it's only available on Sephora, so I don't know if I'd be able to get this through the way I normally get my Laneige, which tends to be on Amazon, to be honest, but I would quite like to see what this one smells like. It does say it is $24 for the lip mask and $17 for the lip balm. I think I'd actually more intrigued to try it as a lip balm rather than the sleeping mask, but yeah, this is a product that definitely caught my eye. I did see it crop up on Amazon, I would definitely pick it up, but I think it's only the kind of original berry one that I can get my hands on. So then we have a couple more additions to Patrick Starr's brand, and this is the Visionary collection, which consists of an eyeshadow palette and some eye poppers, which are Sparkle Vision liquid eyeshadows. The liquid eyeshadows are $22 each, and the eyeshadow palette is $42. The eyeshadow palette does look really pretty, and it is definitely a very wearable palette. I don't feel like it's something that I need. There are other ones that I've had my eye on more. We have the information regarding the first 3 products of the Fenty Skin line. These are the Total Cleanser, the Fat Water Toner, and the Hydrovisor Invisible Moisturiser. These retail between $25 and $35. I don't understand what the fat water aspect of the toner is. I personally don't need anything pore refining. The cleanser, I wouldn't spend $25 on a cleanser, and I don't get what the things about the invisible moisturiser. Sounds a bit like that invisible foundation. So I don't think these are products that I'm going to be trying anytime soon, but these were available as at July 30th. Then we have a new mascara from L'Oreal Paris. This is the Air Volume Mega Mascara. So this says it's a new evolution of Mega Lash Mascara, which inflates and puffs out the lashes just like a hot air balloon, yet feels light as air and suitable for all lashes. Air whipped to create a lash multiplying effect with high volume charge that is weightless and lasts up to 24 hours. I mean, I'm really intrigued by this one. It is $13.96. It doesn't say where it's available, but I presume it will be in drugstores. I don't know even when this one would make its way over here, because we don't tend to get the exact same mascaras as in the US. The Lash Paradise, which I believe is L'Oreal, we have Lash Paradise Ecstatic over here, and it is not the same as the Lash Paradise from the US, but if I did see this one over here, I would be tempted to give it a go, because I'm really intrigued how mascara can be air whipped. So that is one for me to keep an eye out. It doesn't have any dates as to when it's available, it just says coming soon. Then we have a new eyeshadow palette release from Morphe. Before I realised it was Morphe, this one did definitely catch my eye because it does look like it's got quite a few nice shades in there. So this is the 35C Everyday Chic Artistry palette, and this is part of, I believe, their Morphe 2 range, which I think is aimed at teens and things. It says it is $25 and it is really pretty, but I don't think it's a palette for me. It does actually remind me of the Emily Noel The Want palette with a couple of the shades in there, and I'd much rather kind of have that palette than this one, but it did catch my eye, so I thought I'd best mention it. Then we have a new release from FaceTory. These are their Serum Boosters. These are available now, and they have a blue light serum, a cactus serum and a turmeric serum. So these are to protect, hydrate and brighten. A boost is a targeted dose of botanicals for healthy looking skin that's lightweight and fast absorbing. Add a couple of drops to your moisturiser or use them alone, and these are $12 each. I'm quite intrigued by these. I don't know if they're just more targeted than a normal serum. I've not really tried anything from FaceTory. I do have a toner of theirs in my skincare, but I've not opened it yet to see what it's like. If it is something that I do enjoy, I would be tempted to pick up a couple more things from FaceTory because it is a really affordable brand, but these aren't products that kind of pique my interest. Next we have a new release from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a new brow product, which is a brow pen. It looks very similar to the one side of the Urban Decay Brow Blade, like a sort of, it looks like an eyeliner, but it's actually a brow product. This says it is a fine tipped detailing pen that creates natural looking brow hairs with a brand new applicator, formula and wide range of shades. It is waterproof, easy to apply, available in 9 shades and will be $22. This one will be available on August the 10th. I have been intrigued by the brow blade, but I know that has another tool on the other side, so if I was going to try anything with this kind of formula, I would be more inclined to try the brow blade by Urban Decay first. But from what I've heard, people do quite like that, so this might be another product for them to try. And then finally we have a new release from BPerfect Cosmetics. This is a collaboration with Stacey Marie and it is the Carnival Love Tahiti palette. So this is a really bright rainbow palette and it says it retails for $49.95. So this is a 40 pan palette and it does look like it has every colour you will possibly need. It is really pretty and really bright and there are quite a few nice shades in there, but this palette isn't for me because I don't think I'd get much use out of it. The collection also includes the Get Wet highlighters, some lip glosses, some lashes and a mirror, and this says it will be available in August on BPerfect Cosmetics. So I'll just do one last refresh of Trend Mood if my internet will allow me, just make sure there's nothing else. No, so that appears to be it. So I did try and go through that as quickly as possible. Hopefully I've not missed out any information I'd normally include by going fast. Fingers crossed the video isn't too long. But that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.